anxiety regarding how others will perceive it, if that's part of your definition, then yeah, then you're right. If, however, we're defining okay with it as free of having anxiety regarding it, in terms of, like, for instance, for the example that I gave, fitting in. I guess that anxiety free is part of the definition of okay with it. Then one would say that no, if one is worried about fitting in, if one is worried about being alienated, if one is worried about not having friends, then that means that they're not okay with it. But my response to that would be, well, then how could you? How could you be okay with it? I mean, think about it. If having a big nose, in this example, if having a big nose necessarily means that you're going to be alienated, how could you be confident in it? How could you really be okay with it? How could that be, if that means that you're going to be alienated? And don't underestimate the strength of wanting to fit in. It's very prevalent. It's extremely prevalent, wanting to fit in, wanting to have friends. It's very deeply ingrained in us as social animals to have friends, to fit in with other people. So if something's threatening that, I don't see how one reasonably could be, quote, okay with it by that definition.
Right. I see where you're going. And I guess there's been a lot of times in my life where I haven't fit in, and my urge is more not to fit in with the people that don't like me or that I don't like, but to try to find people that I do like, that do like me as I am. And I guess we're both having really valid points. If we're done, I want to address red wine real quick.
Because they're fixated on the flesh, and the flesh is weak. The spirit. So what is strongly drawing the spirit?
That's the thing, red wine, is people are not completely confident in themselves, and they are filled with self-doubt to self-hate.
The spirit overrides the flesh.
And sometimes they love themselves. Sometimes they love themselves a lot, sometimes a little bit. Sometimes they experience both at the same time. But it has a lot to do with not being confident, that you want to wear lots of makeup and you want to have a certain dress or do something. It's because they're not okay with how they are without all that stuff. And most people... No, that's different. Wearing some makeup, like, I'm talking about people that get Botox and have facial structure surgery. Sometimes if I'm going out on a nice day, I'll wear makeup. It's to give it, and it's a way of celebrating, and it's a way of going above and beyond to look a certain way, a little bit, and be completely fine with how I look. And know that if I wasn't wearing any of that, I would be just as fine, and that it's something that I'm doing special. I'm getting painted up. I'm creating something more glamorous. Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, sometimes you do want to look extra special, but to be to the point where you're reconstructing because you can't stand being a short person or having a round face, or my eyes are deep set, that before they go to the grocery store have to completely cake themselves. It says a lot for how confident they are and what's going on, I think, with themselves. Yeah, there's makeup and surgeries that hide something, like age or the way things are shaped on your body, and then there's the ways that enhance, like just a touch of lipstick to really make you stand out, to accentuate the shapes and colors that I already have. Does that make sense? The difference between people that using it to dress up and people that wear it or build it into themselves constantly?
Hello. Think huh?
I think everyone pretty much agrees that in this world, flesh isn't necessarily stronger than spirit, but is more focused on flesh than spirit as a whole, especially the country of the U.S. Wow, I know how to clear out a room, huh? Took that Bible conversation and I just ran with it for my own personal agenda. That's it. I just want to talk about how people should just love and accept themselves exactly the way they are, whether they're Christian or atheist or Hindu. I think God wants you to love yourself.
John takes blame.
No, I would say that the mind and the flesh focuses on the flesh. I guess what people refer to as the animalistic parts are focusing on the flesh. The spiritual part is almost always connected with spirit, I think.
Crap. Room got rebooted. Let's try that again. Oh, fuck. Don't send. Don't send. Leave me alone. Stickam. What if it's still up? Live streams. Search. Yoga. Into chat. Oh yeah. Wumshi doodly dee. Yada yada. No one's here. Well, looks like everything's being wound up. Yes, that's the end of it then. Good night, stickam. Good night, YouTube.